Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Capricorn. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your final week of February 2021. And just a quick heads up for y'all. If you did not see last week's horoscope, the new moon in Aquarius we discussed is still very much in effect all this week. And I don't think a lot of people saw my horoscopes last week because apparently when I put up all 12 of my videos at once, well, YouTube does not distribute those very evenly across my feeds. So you might want to go back and check that out. And if you're ever looking for something, you can always go to my main channel page by clicking on my avatar below, going and just scrolling down, and they're right there on the playlist. Or you can click on the playlist button and, you can check it out. Just the astrology, because that's still very much in play right now. We're not talking about the full moon in this video because the full moon in Virgo is technically like end of this month, beginning of next month. And so that's more of a next week energy. We'll get there when we get there. Stay in the now. But we have another aspect I want to discuss, and that is Mars, planet of action, passion, energy, the divine ascended masculine, and problem solving in your 5th house, Taurus. The area that rules love, romance, partnerships, your relationships with your kids, as well as anything that you're trying to birth into the world, a creation, the way you manifest. And Mars is forming a trine to Pluto, which is the great transmuter in your sign, in your 1st house, right? The area that talks about you, your identity, how you express yourself, your modus operandi. And with this trine, which we're going to feel again Tuesday through Friday, is going to come a big solution that is going to be really healing some kind of block or some kind of limitation or something that has been maybe precluding you from having the best relationship possible with either a romantic partner, or maybe even finding the right one of your kids, or maybe even a relationship with a craft, with a project, with a passion, with maybe something that you're trying to, again, bring forth into the world for yourself. Now, with Mars trine to Pluto, there is a bit of aggression that can come with that. This solution is coming in the highest interest of all concerned, but it's going to feel a lot like ripping off a bandage for a lot of people, because it's going to be eliminating and clearing things that need to go, that do not belong anymore, but not everyone may feel, even though they might not feel done with some old unfinished business. And this Mars trine to Pluto could show up as somebody actually assisting you by putting this on the table, or maybe helping you to clear this. With Mars, we often find somebody who is really, stepping up for us, a champion to our cause. It could be a partner doing this. It could be one of the guys, one of the girls. And what's happening is we are getting ripped out of a situation that we are in right now and getting plopped into something that is far more conducive to the healthiest relationships when it comes to love and our kids as well. This is, again, going to challenge you in a big way. Do not draw out that part, right? This is all going for a happy ending. It's the climax at the end of the 3rd act of a film or an opera. As we get on to your spiritual theme of this week, you've got the 2 of Swords in reverse. Letting go of things that you have been juggling, clearing your table a little bit is going to serve you very, very well, especially when it comes to situations where maybe you have been not necessarily too open, but you've been afraid to make some commitments that would require you to reject or exclude other options that you have. The 2 of Swords reversed is going to be clearing your table in a good way, especially if you've been holding on to options or backups or alternatives that you know at the end of the day might not necessarily be so helpful. The Two of Swords reverse is also indicating a clearing when it comes to a lot of social influences, a lot of ties that bind that might actually leave you kind of feeling stuck, but you don't know what you can do because you're either afraid to make waves or you've been keeping way too many other stories and way too many other people in mind. We're pulling your energy back to you and allowing you to do things that are more in your own highest interest, and also maybe even releasing other people from entanglements they don't know they have. As we get onto your material shifts with work, your job, your finances, anything to do with your practical affairs regarding your home life and your living situation, you have the King of Cups upright, and you are getting hooked up by somebody who is giving you a very important gift, or a very big gift, a very big opportunity. The King of Cups, he seems to be honestly doing something because he has taken a shine to you. And this definitely feels very much like a sort of loving mentor, loving big brother, senpai kind of situation, where they are really knocking something out of the park for you, whether they are securing you with either a source of abundance, or maybe even a new job, a new role, a new project. They are sticking their neck out for you to go and make that happen. The thing about the King of Cups upright, though, that's always very fascinating, is that they're actually doing this without any expectation of something in return. They are doing something because they want to see how far you can go when you are set up properly. Now, this could absolutely show up as new job opportunities being offered, but even custom created or custom designed to actually serve you better than you're used to being served by these jobs. Now, this could be something, an adjustment being made on the job that you're already at, or maybe something new that you're looking at as well. But be prepared for some very big gifts. And here's the thing with the King of Cups. You might feel like you can't accept. You might feel like it's a bit too much. Accept. It's not too much. As we get onto your communications with friends, relatives, maybe other people in your life, you do have the Hermit upright. And with the Hermit, I feel like a lot of you are going to be spending a lot of this week in contact with somebody that you don't speak to very frequently, but it does look like this might be a friend or a relative or a companion that you kind of know will bring, it's kind of like your rock, kind of brings you back to your true self. Somebody who kind of, maybe, again, they're not a part of your everyday life, but they are somebody that you do know and as somebody who's in your world or from your world, if that makes sense, the real you. And with the Hermit card, I kind of feel like this could even be somebody, maybe it's that Mars influence, but the Hermit, they're showing up as somebody who is going to be helping you get something very sensitive, get something very difficult on more stable footing and on the right path. With the Hermit card, this may actually be somebody we call on to work with because we know that a lot of people that we kind of see more every day, or more of the casual acquaintance, casual buddy kind of stuff is not going to cut it. And with the Hermit, we often see, and I've said this about this card before, somebody who is more of a bigger chess piece on our board, right? We're dealing with somebody who's at rook or queen caliber that we already know and respect, that will be able to help us pull something big off. And they will. As we get onto your challenge this week, you've got the Eight of Swords reversed. Letting go of things that you may feel like you just want to finish on principle that don't actually need to be finished or wrapped up at all. And that was really easy to come through because that was just kind of like my higher self, like, coming right through the heart. The Eight of Swords reversed is showing me that a lot of you Capricorn people may have to face some situations that you have dragged out, or some situations you don't feel like you can leave responsibly because on principle you want to wrap things up. Sometimes there is no wrapping things up. Sometimes it's just an override, an overwrite, and off you go. And your challenge this week is to know when that is the case. Sometimes we can think we have to go back and, not only tie up loose ends, but we have to go and make sure everything is even Stevens. We have to go and, get, closure, reconciliation, revenge. The thing is, with the Eight of Swords reversed, that's not even a part of what you need to be doing. That's not even a part of the real story. That might be, part of that lower adult ego that, we talked about in the New Light Astrology video that's getting purged, right? The damaged adult ego that's got to go. Maybe trying to find something to feed on. You have to let yourself take the gifts that are coming out, especially when it comes to this Hermit and the King of Cups. Your boys are showing up for you. They might not be boys, but, they're showing up for you this week. Do you really want to say, hold on, can you wait just a second while I go and fixate and ruminate over here? No, you don't. No, let go. As we get onto your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Sun upright, and a lot of you Capricorn people are going to be finding that this week new love opportunities are going to be starting in a very innocent, very unassuming kind of way. It may even be that some of you find yourself in a situation where you are getting a chance to date or see somebody or get to know somebody that reminds you of I guess you could say an unspoiled or unchallenged chapter of your youth. And so it's like you guys are bringing out the inner child in one another. And there is that sweet puppy dog, innocent, again, that pure divine spark flowing between the two of you here. With the Sun card upright, there is this return to our true self, right? Our unconditioned self, which is a big part of your week, it looks like. I've already brought that up before. But with the Sun, I'm also seeing this new love opportunity starting off in a way that actually touches the heart and really resonates with that soul connection and that ability to connect spirit to spirit versus maybe some of the more tried and untrue methods that people have often attempted that are always hit or miss. As we get on to those of you who are currently coupled, the same experience is going to actually be coming through you and your partner. A chance to actually get back in touch with not only the truths of who we are, but actually maybe even revive and bring back elements of brighter chapters and truer chapters of our development, of our life, our true self, to be enjoyed in ways that give this relationship a very strong refresh, but also revitalize areas of it that make it feel a lot more youthful, a lot more dynamic, and also a lot more creative, inventive, and a return to innocence is also here as well. So that is what I've got for you, Capricorn people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because you know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can always go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.